Hi again. My name is Lynette, and welcome to the practice of restorative yoga. Today's practice is a great one to be done anytime, but especially before bed, hopefully to help you sleep better. So to begin, we're just going to start in a comfortable position. I'm in hero's pose or virasana on 2 blocks, but you can take any position that feels good for you. A simple cross-leg position, sukhasana or easy pose, or just lay on your back. It's all good. There's no right or wrong. Once you feel supported and you can sit for a few minutes, just take a nice deep breath in and exhale, let go. And do that again. Inhale and exhale. One last time. Inhale, sending your breath to your whole body. And exhale, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Now to help us stay present, we're just going to focus on our breathing. Remember, you're going to think. That's what the mind does. But what we want to do is create a little space between our thoughts and us. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. So as you sit here, just imagine you're taking a step back from yourself. In your mind, just imagine yourself stepping back and observing everything that's going on. So it's still there, but you're not in it. You're just watching. You're creating a little space between you and what you notice. Almost like you're watching a movie. And in this space, you focus on your breath. You notice the coolness of your inhale and the warmth of your exhale. You notice if you're breathing more on the inhale or more on the exhale. You don't have to change it. You're just noticing your breathing. And maybe you notice if you're breathing more through the left nostril or the right nostril. Inhale, let, exhale, go. If it helps you, you can say that to yourself. Inhale, let, exhale, go. And then you can just inhale, and as you exhale, drop chin to chest. Good. Come back up, and you can drop left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. You can do that a few times. You can again drop chin to chest and then gaze upwards a few times, just releasing the neck. Roll the shoulders back a few times, and then flutter your eyes open. And we're going to move into our first restorative pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound angle. So I'm using yoga props. You use whatever you have. You don't have to use anything special. If you have pillows or blankets, use that. Books, whatever you need to support your body. You can use anything. I'm using a bolster underneath my spine, and it's elevated, so I have a meditation cushion propping it up because that's what I have. And I'm using 2 blocks for under my knees. Like I said, use whatever you have. You can roll up a blanket, you can roll up a mat. I have a blanket under my head because we don't want our chin sticking way up. We want a slight downward action of the chin. My bum's on the floor as I lower down. I'm supported there. And then you can either stretch out your legs or you can open your knees. So we're not binding here, as the name suggests, not in this variation today. You can open the knees, bringing the soles of the feet together, and then just support the knees. So even if you can comfortably hang out here with nothing under your knees, I highly recommend just putting something under your knees. You don't have to prop them way up, but whenever you support the body, and in restorative yoga, we support a lot. We support so much that it feels like we're being held. That's the feeling you want here. You don't want any effort. You don't want to hold yourself up in any way in restorative yoga. So there's this feeling of being held. And when we support our body like that, when we support our bones, the muscles can relax. When we support ourselves like this, our parasympathetic nervous system can turn on. This is our rest and digest nervous system. And we need that right now. We're stimulated all the time. Our fight or flight nervous system is often on. And so we want to find this balance, and we want to activate our rest and digest nervous system here so that we can just give ourselves a break. You need to reset, so you can start again. You don't always want to be overstimulated because that takes a toll on your body. That's why I love these practices so much. It's our reset button. So lastly, I have a weight on me. I don't have a sandbag, so I'm just using a folded up blanket, and I love that. It's not super heavy, but it's very effective. And you can place it at your hip level, on your belly, or I like to turn it up even onto my chest sometimes. And just by adding weight to the body, quickly calms the nervous system. If you had heavier eye pillows, you could put those in both palms. Anything you want, just listen to your body and see what feels good. Scan the body and see if you could make yourself 1% more comfortable. What would you do? And then once you feel good and you feel like you can stay, take a deep breath in, fill the belly, fill the chest. And exhale, let go. How do you let go? It's so vague, right? Let's just start with our physical body. Relax the fingers and the toes. Start there. Unclench your jaw. Soften the muscles around the eyes. And again, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And stay here and breathe. I love Danna Faulds' poetry, so I'm going to read you a few things today. It is enough right now to taste one moment of peace. Of course I want more, but at least the door is open. It is enough to draw a conscious breath and let my hands relax, fingers releasing their tight grasp on things outside of my control. It is enough to shed a layer of stress, as if taking off a jacket or a pair of too tight shoes. Ease of being has to start somewhere. This breath is my first step. With each exhale, you soften a little more. With each exhale, you relax a little bit more. Any amount, anywhere in the body. Let your exhale be longer than it's been all day. So just take a few more deep breaths here. Moving really slowly, really slowly. You can guide your knees back together. And when you're ready, you can roll over to one side, just on your bolster or whatever you're laying on. Just pause on your side in this space between movement. Rest in the space between. And when you feel ready, you can slowly press yourself up and move slowly, please. Don't rush in and out of this stuff. Take your time. We are going to transition to another position, just a gentle forward fold. So you can come and sit on your bum, and you're just going to take your bolster now, or whatever you had under your spine, and you're going to place it under your knees as you sit on your bum. And you want to feel supported. Forward folds can feel a little tricky, but support yourself the best that you can. You can sit up on a blanket if you want. Use any prop you want to support yourself. So here I'm going to just gently inhale and exhale and fold forward. And then I'm going to support my head. For restorative yoga today, I want to support my head. I'm using a block and a blanket, but remember, all of our bodies are different and they're all going to be in a different space. So you use whatever you need. Maybe it means you're just sitting up and closing your eyes. If you can't fold forward very much today, that is okay. You can also prop up your elbows and rest your head in your hands or on your thumbs like I'm doing. Don't be afraid to play a little until you find something that feels good for you. And if you don't want to put anything under your head, you don't have to. You can really prop yourself up too. You don't have to tip all the way over if that's not where your body is going. So take a nice deep breath in again. Fill into the back of the body now. The low back, middle back, upper back. And exhale. Let go. As you breathe in and out, just notice the sensations in the body. Soften the neck, the back of the head. Breathing in, you're aware. Breathing out, you relax. This poem is called Allow. There is no controlling life. Try corralling a lightning bolt, containing a tornado. Dam a stream and it will create a new channel. Resist and the tide will sweep you off your feet. Allow and grace will carry you to higher ground. The only safety lies in letting it all in, the wild and the weak, fear, fantasies, failures, and successes. When loss rips off the doors of the heart, or sadness veils your vision with despair, Practice becomes simply bearing the truth. In the choice to let go of your known way of being, the whole world is revealed to your new eyes. Taking a few more deep breaths here. Let your shoulders relax. And then very, very slowly coming up, and let your head come up last. You can roll your shoulders a few times. Pause for a few breaths. You can guide your knees together and just rest your head in your arms. And we're going to slowly move again, but please take your time. You can set your props aside. And we're going to move into a variation of legs up the wall. So you're very welcome, if you have a wall nearby, to do legs up the wall. I am going to use a couch. I'm going to do the same thing. I have a few blankets handy, and I'll tell you why. So lay down on your bum, lay on your side, and just lay down and flip your legs up the couch, or you can use a chair. I really love this variation. It's quite relaxing. And you don't use as much effort really as legs up the wall. So I really like a gently folded blanket under the head, and I bring it all the way to the shoulders, the top of the shoulders, so it supports my low neck, my neck, and the back of my head is cushioned. And then I have one that's folded a little more, and I have it under my bum or my pelvis or low back. You can kind of play with it to see what feels better for you. But not only is that cushioning you, it's just elevating your pelvis a little bit so you get a little more opening through the chest, which feels good. And then my legs are just relaxed on the couch or the chair. So set up in a way that feels good for you. Arms can rest out to the side. Palms can be up. You can have the arms overhead. You can have them on your belly. You can cover up with a blanket. Again, that idea of just adding a weight to your belly can feel good. Please don't be afraid to play and adjust until you feel good, until you feel supported, because that's the goal. And then once you do, just let yourself drop down and take a deep breath in all the way into your toes. And exhale, let go. Feel your body sinking down into the space beneath you. And if the toes get tingly, if you're not used to doing this, you can always just lower the heels. We're not here too long. Just enjoy. And this pose especially is really good to do if you ever have trouble falling asleep. It's a quick way to calm you down, to calm the mind. This poem is called Whatever Doesn't Serve. What weight can you put down right now? Willingly relinquishing the pointed quills of guilt or judgment? What burden of the heart can lift? What dark corner can be lit? The candle flickering at first, then burning bright? With the next breath, let it go. That old story you've told yourself 1,000,000 times. Whatever doesn't serve you on this path of truth, leave it behind. Offer this one gift. The simple sacrifice that in the giving sets you free to fully live. Stay here and breathe. Remember, you're aware of the sensations in the body. And as you exhale, you relax the body. You are not the sensations you notice. You are not the thoughts you notice. You are not the sounds around you. You are not the experiences around you. You are the one sinking back and observing everything with a little space between. And again, see if you can allow your exhales to be longer than they've been all day. Take a few more deep breaths here and And you can just start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can stretch your arms overhead. You can bring your knees in. You can open your knees up wide as you lower the heels down. And just take a few deep belly breaths here, feeling the blood flowing back to your toes. And when you feel ready, you can roll over to one side. Stay as long as you need to. I'll just let you know that we are going to move into Shavasana next. So when you're ready, you can make your way there. And remember to support the body. So I really like a bolster under the knees and a blanket under the head. You can have some softness or blankets under the feet, under the hands, under the hips if you need it. And here again, I'm going to add that folded blanket that's a little heavier. And again, you can have it on your hips, your belly, or your chest. I like to turn it around and put it on my whole torso, so up to my collarbones, like I'm tucking myself in for bed. And there's something very comforting about that. And that little bit of weight is just going to allow you to drop down a little more. So here I want you to take a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, hold. And through the mouth, exhale, let it all go. Again, inhale, 2, 3, hold. And exhale, let your body drop down and soften. One more time, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Sinking down into the mat and giving yourself permission to rest for a couple more minutes before you carry on with whatever's next. I'll leave you with one more poem. Just for now, without asking how. Let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now. Lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you, and the infinite expanse of the sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, with awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are. So fully alive that the world looks different, newly born and vibrant, just for now. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need to. You can just roll into bed when you're done or into whatever's next. You can take a few deep breaths as you wake up fingers and toes, hands and feet. Stretch out your arms and legs. And when it feels right for you, you can roll over to one side and just pause for a moment. Remember, pausing in the space between. And if you want to, you can rise up and just take a comfortable seated position. Tall spine, relaxed shoulders, hands to heart, palms together. Inhale and exhale. Clear it out. You can bring your thumbs to your eyes, loving thoughts, mouth, loving words, thumbs to heart, loving actions. Namaste, which just means I honor you. Thank you for coming today. I see the light in you. Have a beautiful day.